Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Thursday, so you know we're here with Robin Shimizu and friends talking about happy, healthy habits. We want to give a shout out to our co-producer, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. In addition to that, I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So today we are going to be talking health, because if you don't have your health, you can't keep your wealth. So health is important to business. With that, I'm going to turn you over to our host for the day, Miss Robin Shimizu. How you doing, Robin?
Good morning, you guys. Thank you, Caesar, for joining us. I want to just take a few moments to introduce Caesar so we can get right into it. So Caesar Figueroa met Francine in a taxi, I think. Anyway, you guys met on the road. And I remember Francine giving me your number and I calling you. And we're like, yeah, it's a perfect fit for Biz Chicks. So we're so grateful that you're here and you're able to be with us. So Caesar is a mind-body wellness coach, and he helps us with health and nutrition. He's a consultant, a personal trainer. He does all kinds of stuff, and he's going to go over that a little bit with us in today's show so you can hear his array of products and what he has to offer. He has studied kinesiology, and I'm doing a really bad job of introducing you, Caesar. So
I think you're doing a great job.
You could expand on my introductions, give a little bit about your story, which is fabulous, and then we'll get right into it. We're going to learn today about, what is it, Caesar? What are you talking about today?
Yeah, I didn't expect people to get it right off the bat. It took me a while to get it, but it's called The Art of Jinshin Jitsu. And it's basically the story of how energy becomes our manifested body. And it's a big topic. I've been I've been on here before, and I kind of hinted at it, and this is some of the stuff that I study. But I'm also I know it might seem what I go over is going to seem like a lot, but it's just so much to this topic of the body's energy system that to me it's invigorating to see that there's a subject that I know very little about, and it's fascinating to me what it could do to help us with our health.
Sounds fascinating. I really love energy work. I've been sort of looking into it a little bit and trying to understand, how important it is for us to harness our energy and to let it work for us. So I'm very excited about your topic today.
Good. So yeah, let me just go through real quick a little bit about my story for people that don't know me or haven't seen me on here. My story starts off with when I was at the age of 16 trying out for the JV soccer team, and I was the last guy coming in on the run, just by far. It seemed like a quarter mile away. And I just remember one day in the hot summer day, kind of like it is now, where it's 90 degrees by 9 a.m. and it was so hot coming in on the run. And I just remember looking up at the sun, and I was like, you know what? Next year I'm not going to be the slowest guy in the team. So I basically made a commitment to myself. I made it a must. I knew it was going to be hard. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy, and people were going to still ridicule me for even trying to lose weight. So I lost 70 pounds in that year, and it's only because I dedicated myself to just work hard ethic. I didn't care what other people told me. And so I would run to the gym, I'd play basketball, I'd lift weights, and I'd run back home. And I did that 6-7 days a week for a year, and I lost 70 pounds. That started improving my self-confidence in myself, but I still wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I had this new body. I didn't have a good, I would say, friendships that were entrepreneur minded or anything like that. My two best friends dropped out of high school, so it wasn't a good environment for me to be in, and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin still. So by the time I reached 18, I was just basically lost, and I struggled a lot with substance abuse, and mainly marijuana and alcohol. And so that's something I don't really share too much, but I'm starting to share it a little bit more and get a little bit more vulnerable in that piece, because I feel like if someone's in that same spot, you know, they could see a light, or the light at the end of the tunnel, a way out. And so I realized I had to go into rehab for this substance abuse. And there I found out that I wasn't necessarily addicted to the substances like alcohol or marijuana. It was more just that I didn't want to feel what my feelings were. And I felt so down on myself. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. So I was using that to just suppress my feelings. And that's kind of, once I figured that out, and I started putting myself in better environments and more conducive to health and entrepreneurship, then that's what started like developing my mindset. And that's basically what took me into the next piece of my story, where I started developing, I realized the importance of developing your mindsets, right? So I had business mentors. At that time, I realized that this helped me out so much working out, and I realized that I could help other people. And so I got certified to be a personal trainer in 2004. And then I realized there was a degree in kinesiology and exercise science. So I graduated with a bachelor's in that in 2011. And, you know, and within all that, I thought I wanted to go to medical school to be a better approach to people and help people. And then the more I shadowed and interned and followed doctors, I recognized that wasn't the environment for me to do my best. And so I basically didn't know what I was going to do again. And I went all into my personal training business. And it was rough. It was hard. But I, you know, just like before, I knew I've gone through rough and hard things before. So I knew I'd come out of it. And yeah, I developed a successful personal training business. And that's where I really got into more of the mindset piece and started doing, just dove myself into personal development field of like reading books constantly, listening to audio, positive, and you know, you got good coming in and good's going to come out. So that's what really kind of put me into a really good situation. But then there was one point where something hit, and I still wasn't like, there was still something missing. And it always comes in the form of I feel like everything makes you look at your life in a form when something tragic happens. And so I had a coworker of mine who I envisioned working for a long time with. She died in a motorcycle accident at the age of 26. And so that kind of made me take a step back and see, like, where am I going with my life? Where's my vision going? And that's where a lot of this energy piece started coming into me. And I feel like it was more of a spiritual type of awakening, where I needed to really feel whole and complete. I needed to feel connected to others and into my life's purpose. And so things started happening in a way where I started getting into different topics of, like, say, energy work and astrology, and how all those come together into the spiritual realm. And before that, I rejected the word spirit. I rejected the word God. I came from a traditional Catholic background where, you know, I saw the injustice things happening, and it didn't vibe with me well in my community. And so I just put it off for it. But now it's like it was starting to come in, and I couldn't stop it. And I came across the art of Jinshinjutsu, and it's basically, the translation is the art of now, know, and help myself. And so that's what I was already all about, right? Is like helping oneself. And you'll see in some of my websites, I put Rep 1, right? Because it's all about representing yourself. You have to represent yourself so that you could be this light for other people and open up and allow them to, you know, help each other. And that's how we work, and that we're all connected. So one of my favorite definitions of Jinshinjutsu is also the body's innate wisdom. And it's coming to this recognition that we already know how to heal ourselves, how to come into harmony, how to calm ourselves down. And this is just the awareness or the teaching that kind of validates that or allows you to go a little deeper into that. So, for example, you see babies sucking their thumb, right? And the thumb, I think I talked about this last time. The thumb is a lot about nurturing and come into peace and calming down your mind. So whenever you have like a headache or anything like that, and you need some nurturing, right? Hold your thumb. And so basically, Jinshin Jitsu is just the study of how energy runs through our bodies and how we could harmonize and come to a state of peace and harmony so that we could show up in our world and actually see it, see these opportunities.
That's awesome. So you just hold your thumb. Remind us.
Yeah. You just hold your thumb and breathe. I'm gonna actually, let's go through a little bit of more of this is one of the things that I learned. It's not technically Jinshin Jitsu, but it's one of the things I learned from one of my first mentors about energy work, right? Where she introduced me to the sensation of feeling energy. And so I ask you to just come and clap your hands together and then start rubbing them together, okay? We're gonna start rubbing them together a little bit faster. Good, and just keep breathing, okay? Don't try not to tense up and just rub them a little harder, a little faster. You feel the heat, the friction from your hands. Okay, and then I want you to go ahead and place your hands and do little dime circles over the fingers, okay? So place them together, do little dime circles. And then I want you to just go close to the fingertips and then pull them slowly away. Close to the fingertips and then pull them slowly away. Now, it might take some practice, but you might start feeling something like a little ball of energy between your hands start to grow. And the more you intensify your focus on your fingers moving slowly in and out and feeling the sensation underneath your hands and your palms, you'll start to feel like a ball of energy forming. And you'll be able to just form it to your shape. You could go a little bit faster once you really feel it. And that, to me, I was just like, whoa, I didn't realize that we could feel energy like that. And so my mentor told me to place it on something that needs healing, anything like that, so you could, pull that ball of energy into something. And that's right there, right? That in and of itself, the energy ball meditation is a form of meditation. You're focused on just this one piece and moving in and out, and it allows you to just calm your mind down. And that was my first introduction into some energy work as a meditation. But like I said, this Jinshin Jitsu piece is so big and it's so wonderful. What it's doing with my clients, helping them relax and actually get through some of these messages for themselves on what they the direction of their life they need to do, and also some of the things where they can improve on, right? Like the other day, someone they basically received this from their own intuition, this message that's saying that things are going to be okay. You just got to speak your truth, speak your voice a little bit more. And I mean, it's wonderful that it wasn't me doing this work. It was the energy running through her that came through her intuition that told her this. And I think it's a wonderful practice.
So a question. So when do you feel like we do this? I mean, I actually, did you feel it, Terry? Kind of this sensation between your fingers?
I felt it in my hands more so than I did the ball. But I could feel the energy actually running through my fingers and my hands. I never noticed it before. I maybe because I'm just too distracted. You know what I mean? We take so much for granted. Good morning, Jill. How you doing? Jill's here from the breathing space.
Cool.
So we would do that like whenever we feel a little stressed out, or you just kind of want to calm yourself down, or.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in a little bit.
Okay.
But that just, like I said, is just my first form. It's actually, so to me, it feels good to just have a sense of it, tactile, because energy work is so abstract, right? We don't see it, right? And so when I tell people to, like, people will tell me like, oh, astrology's, it's a bunch of bull crap and it's not good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fishermen, they get a calendar every year, right, that has the moon cycles. And so fishermen have to know that the moon cycle, where the moon is at, in order for them to understand the tides, right? And so the moon controls the oceans and the tides of the oceans, and they're big masses of water, right? And our bodies are composed of a lot of water. So if you think that the moon is only affecting the oceans, right, and it's not affecting our body, I mean, there's a little, thing for you to think about there, that that the moon has the power to change the oceans, and if we're composed of mainly water, it's going to affect us too. So that's where I'm talking about this energy that we don't see it with our physical eyes, but we know it exists, right? We know that it's powerful. We don't see Wi-Fi running around through the air, right? We don't see radio waves, right? But we could tune into them. And so just because we don't understand something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's what I love about energy work, is that it's so big, and it's like we're really trying to understand it.
Okay. All I remember is that I felt it.
Good.
That it
Very good.
It really made a difference. I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually feel that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was
Cool.
good.
I'm going to pull up this chart, and hopefully you guys could see a little bit of it. Okay, but it's basically this is how, let me see. This is how.
Hold on. Let me make you closer. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
So this is my chart for the safety energy locks, what we call in Jinjitsu. So you see the red dots there?
Yeah.
I have the energy centers in the center, just because they align with other practices that use those. But those red dots are all our safety energy locks. So those are all spots that we can hold whenever we feel out of harmony. So if we were never feeling discomfort in the shoulders, right, you hold right over there.
Right here.
And basically what I'll go over is a combination of these, holding these in tandem with just people being able to relax. So there's 26 safety energy locks, 26 on each side of the body, and we hold these in combinations, right? So one of the good ones that I really like to teach is for people that get nervous in front of others or speaking, is to just hold the side of the wrist. And this is what we call safety energy lock 17, and it controls our nervous system. So if we're feeling frantic or a little bit, just nervous about going up there and doing a presentation, right? I tell my clients to just hold back behind them, stand up tall, and hold the wrist, right? Because it looks completely normal, like they're standing up tall, right? No one knows that they're doing it, but it helps them just calm down and not be so nervous. Also, when taking a test, for kids, teenagers nowadays, they're so amped up about oh, am I gonna pass or not? Holding that wrist will help you calm the nervous system down, so that way you could really focus in and do your work. So yeah, let's go ahead and do one right now. A quick little flow. So all these, basically these spots, these 26 safety energy locks, come into and end, the lines of energy form into our hands. So we could do everything from our hands, right? Mm-hmm. And so let's go ahead and just start off by holding the thumb, okay? Sitting up nice and tall, and you don't have to hold it up or anything to bring it down to your lap. Okay? But any way you want to hold the thumb is fine. Doesn't matter which thumb it is, okay? And now if you feel comfortable enough, go ahead and shut your eyes, and then begin and take in some deep breaths. Just fill up the body with breath and let it out, dropping your shoulders, inhaling to receive, and exhaling to express and give. And then continue just breathing in and out of your nose. And begin to just settle into your seat, lowering your shoulders, knowing that you're in the right place at the right time, that nothing else matters but you being here present in your own body, feeling and sensing the peace and harmony that we are. So what you can do is just maybe set a timer for a couple minutes to hold a finger. Or I like to tell people to count breaths. Count about 3 to 5 exhales. Then we're going to move on to the middle finger. Just holding on to the middle finger will alleviate any frustration or anger. Will help to digest whatever's going on, either in our thoughts or emotions. Really help us bring down that rundown energy. Going from that angry, frantic state. And then we'll hold the pinky finger as the last hold for this flow. So anywhere you want to hold that pinky finger, that little finger, it's connected to our heart. And if we're trying too hard to keep everything afloat, trying to be perfect, just trying to overstretch ourselves, come back to that little pinky finger and just hold it. Breathe, exhale and inhale. Just allow yourself to calm down and know that everything is okay. Everything will work out with patience, with peace, and with harmony. All right. And now you could take in a big breath, start to flutter open the eyes. And feel the effects. So that's basically one little flow to just, bring yourself from a frantic mind down into our bodies, into more of a calm, peaceful, relaxed state. You could do this, if you have a headache, if you seem to be just all razzled up from some argument you had, right? Or even if you're not patient, or if you're trying to do too much, right? You're not being patient.
So each finger means something. So the little finger is your heart, the middle finger is more of your anger, and then the thumb is more of a nurturing. Don't you think it's kind of interesting that it's the middle finger that's the anger one? It's like that's what. Sorry,
because we do use it to express anger, don't we?
I had to say that. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about, the body's innate wisdom, right? Like we already know that will help us alleviate our frustration, so we do it, right?
Or we want to do it, but we don't. That was fascinating.
Cool,
Wow.
cool. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, and like I said, everything has a relationship to the hands, fingers, and even in the feet. So there's just so much to learn about how to use what we have already to just be able to come to a state of harmony. Now, so that was just a quick little flow. Like I said, it's helpful to count breaths, count exhales, just because you don't have to think like, oh, well, how long do I have to hold it for, right? Just to take your mind off of it, right? And just feeling your breath flowing through, to me, is a very simple, easy way that you could start practicing right away. So I just want to talk a little bit about some of the, so this energy work, right, is usually performed on someone, or we could do it on ourselves, right? And that's the whole point of this. Is go ahead.
Caesar, we have a comment here. Robin, you want to read the comment from Jill?
Sure. Jill says, during these beyond difficult times, easy but deep and reflective practices like this are so, so important. Thank you, Jill.
Yes, of course, man. Like, it's so helpful. Like, so part of that, I just launched my little free 3-part series on my new website called rep1well.com. And so Terry will drop it in the chat box for you guys. But it's a free 3-part series, and right after I launched it, I basically just set it out to my clients first. And then one of my clients shared it with her friend. She was like, "Oh, I hope it's okay. I shared it with my friend." I was like, "Oh yeah, totally." And she tried it, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's helping me out so much." Just the 3 little part series. So in that 3 little part series, I talk about coming from a frantic state, controlling your cravings, so being able to calm your mind down using Jinshin Jutsu, but also using some of the heart math meditation coherence, right? So very simple practices that we could do on a regular basis. And I think I did the heart math last time here, tuning in and breathing in and out of your heart. So this time you could check out that other little video on Jinshin Jutsu. And basically I go through each of the fingers, right? And teach you what they all mean and how you could use them.
Alrighty. I put that in the chat for you, rep1well.com, right?
Thank you, Terry. Yes.
Okay, there it is. Okay, so let me show everybody. There we go.
Yeah, so yeah, there you'll receive those 3 little free 3-part video series. And then I kind of want to just show you, Robin mentioned all the things that I do teach, right? So the energy piece is kind of like bringing it all together, right? The mind piece, the body piece, since I studied kinesiology. I rent out a couple spots here locally in Sacramento where I'm working with clients in their physical bodies, right? And helping them move. So one of the places that I'm launching a wellness program just in next week is it's called Joe's Fitness Revolution. It's on Crocker, in the new Crocker Village area. And there I'm going to be running a wellness program that has not only like your regular yoga classes, but meditation classes, primal movement class. Like we use basically some myofascial release to loosen up the body and to, just come to a state of like relaxation. And then we ramp it up with a little more movements to get energized, right? So I'll be running those in the morning out of Joe's Fitness Revolution. And I'll go ahead and drop a link there too, so you guys come check out that. And also, so I have the body piece, and then I have a workshop coming up on Sunday, and it's all about using Jinshin Jutsu, using yoga poses, using some movement, and according to your astrology birth chart, right? And so basically what we do is we take the exact time, date, and location that you were born in, and that gives us a picture of where the planets were when the moment you took your first breath. And so since we study that energy, the energy around us becomes our manifested body, then we get to look at where the planets were to use that, so that way we could bring us to a state of harmony, right? So this is what kind of like, once you plug into your information into the system, this is what pops out. So it's like a graph or like a picture with, glyphs, right? And this might look a little, it might recognize some of the signs like Mars, Venus, and then the sun. So this is where the planets were in the constellations the moment I took my first breath, right? And you see the inside here is some of the red lines. Those are forms of opportunity for growth or tension. Some of the green and blue lines are more harmonious. And so these, we could go to these, and they have respective flows according to Jin Shin Jitsu, where we could hold that certain pose here, right? Say this is the heart, the beginning of the heart flow to alleviate the sign of Leo, right? So if I had a tension conversation in the sign of Leo, I would go to my hand here and here. Boom, just exhale and breathe. Maybe 5 minutes, it's all it takes, right? Or I might go through the whole flow. But at least just doing this here will help to alleviate that tension in the sign of Leo. And so I'm like, wow, like who knew that we have all this available to us, and in this ancient wisdom that is our bodies and what we can do with them.
So when is your workshop?
Workshop is this Sunday, yeah, from 9 to 11 at Joe's Fitness Revolution. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, at Joe's. So you're physically gonna you're actually.
Yeah, space is limited.
Seeing people.
We have just a few spots left, right? So we are practicing the social distancing. So we're just asking everyone to bring their own yoga mat and provide us with your information beforehand so we could print out one of your charts. And then we're going to go through the yoga poses and the energy flows according to the conversations that are happening in your birth chart.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Sunday from 9 to 12. And if they want to take the class, they need to go on Rep One Well, or how do they do that?
Yeah, that's through my Facebook business page. So you could find me at facebook.com/Seize Your Life.
Okay.
And register through that. It takes you through an Eventbrite link. And let's see. And yeah, so it'll be just a couple hours long. We've run that workshop before last year, and we got such a good response that people were like, wow, I didn't know, because it's great for an introduction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Astrology. And if you're just at all interested into that, then it just kind of starts giving you a basic foundation of where to start looking.
Okay, let me ask you this, Caesar. So if you are not into astrology, is this something that you wouldn't be able to do? Because it sounds like it centers around or focuses on your astrological chart.
Yeah. So it's
yeah, you should, or yeah, you can, or yeah, you can't. What does yeah mean?
Well, I don't understand your question, right? If you're not into astrology, then
correct.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not practice astrology. Yeah. So you were saying that this is connected to your astrological chart based on when you were born. But if they want to come to the class, do they need to be into astrology? I mean, does that exclude them if they're not into astrology?
No, but I basically
it would be more beneficial.
Correct, right? It would be more beneficial because it's personal to you. So you can learn. Basically, we're going to go through the whole constellations, right? All 12 of them, and you can start practicing them, on your own and get. I mean, that's the whole point of this, is learning how to harmonize yourself, learning how to use your body to just come into peace. And then plus it's also yoga poses if people are into yoga, right? So my partner is the one who's going to be teaching the yoga poses, and I'm going to be doing the energy piece. But that's my workshop. And then in the wellness program where I'm running out of Joe's Fitness Revolution is all different types of classes where I'm not talking about astrology. I'm teaching more movement and meditation, things of that nature.
Okay. All right. The reason I ask is because, a lot of people's faith does not entail them connecting with astrology. So that's why I wanted to make sure, because I don't know what our audience is looking for. And I wanted them to know that you do more classes than just this particular one.
Yeah. This is just a really fun workshop that, we like to teach. This is where my partner and I connected on in this particular subject, and then putting it together with our disciplines and made this workshop, and we got a good response that people wanted to run it again and stuff.
I
like
would
that.
think it would be a good niche. Yes.
Yeah. So I like to do this more for fun, you know. And then even now, I still study it. Actually, today's my advanced astrology class, where I'm getting taught on by my teachers and experts on how to read a chart and how to help people with that. And we use this not to predict, right? That's one thing that you said, that you know, people's faith might not by contradict this or something, and block them in a way from doing this. And we don't use astrology for predicting anything. We use astrology for self-awareness, right? So recognizing that, like I said before, that the moon has an effect on us, right? So recognizing that these planetary essence of these energies are present, and recognizing that these might affect us, to learn how we function, right? So like the moon has a lot to do with our emotions and our subconscious, and also how we learn to be safe, right? If you think of the moon, the nurturer, nurturing child is how you learn to keep safe. So for example, my moon was in the sign of Taurus. It's a very sensual type of constellation. So basically, I seek safety and security in all the sensual, pleasing stuff. Like, that's why exercise felt really good for me. That's why food, maybe I became a food addict from that. So, and even I could be, that's why it kind of explains a little bit of why I was prone to the substances like alcohol, drugs, because it made me feel something in my body other than what was in my mind. So that's how we use astrology for self-awareness. So if now I see myself like binge eating, right, or it's basically that I'm trying to distract myself from really tuning into saying like, what's going on, Caesar? So instead of me asking for that, I have my go-tos, right? I go exercise, even though they might be healthy for me, but it's not healthy for me to just shut down the feeling that I'm feeling.
Okay, well, Brenna has a comment here. Robin, you want to wade into that?
Sure. Brenna says, hi, Brenna. She says, there's earth signs in Native American culture, which are closer to than stars, which we're closer to than stars. So that's...
Oh, she's got more. Hold on.
And then she says, thanks. That's Jill saying, thanks for clarifying, Terry. I hope people stay curious about new self-care methods. If what you have been doing isn't keeping you healthy and peaceful, please try something else. The inner and outer chaos and violence needs to resolve. She says, her rant is over now. Yeah, I mean, during this time, we are all, we just need to get...
We are in a battle for our minds. Seriously. Because, you know, if you're not careful, you know, your mind can be overwhelmed and you could, you know, get lost in the chaos. And so we want to calm the chaos. Thank you, Jill. And so I think, yeah, for us to be open to, you know, something else. If what you're doing is not working, Jill says, try something else, try something new to keep peaceful in this time. So thank you so much, guys. Caesar, we always enjoy you. Yes. But I want to say to Robin, you just find such amazing guests.
This was Francine and Caesar having this conversation in a car. So yay.
Well, Caesar, all I got to say is so if you missed that part of the program, you need to go watch the replay, because we really had an interesting exercise at the beginning, didn't we, Robert? That was very engaging, and so you'd want to see that and see and actually do the exercise and see how it makes you feel.
I had forgotten about holding my thumb. And I think that's a really good one. I should hold my thumb when I watch the news. It's like,
you know, Not having it.
Not happening.
Yeah. Or your middle finger, you know.
Like I'm in a battle against this. Yes.
Caesar, I'm going to reach out to you because I want to get you scheduled for in the future. So I'll give you a call after the show and we'll kind of catch up.
Wonderful. Yeah, and come try an energy treatment. I would love to do a Jinshin-Jyutsu treatment.
Yeah,
so that way you
yeah.
get the actual experience of it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And so we would like you to stay in the studio so we can get that link for your class because we didn't post it. And I want to make sure that we put that in the chat for those people who are watching today and want to know how to get in touch with you to sign up for the class this coming Sunday.
Yeah, I just sent it to you. It's facebook.com/SeizYourLife. You go under my events page and it's right there. It's called What's Your Sign with Caesar and Melissa. And you could sign up for it right there this Sunday. And again, Joe's Fitness Revolution, we're officially launching all our classes on July 1st. And so it's going to be a great time where we have boxing, MMA, kids karate, and this whole wellness program being put together. So like it's fun for the whole family. Everyone has a little, places to go. So it's amazing facility that we're putting together.
Okay. Let me ask you another question, Caesar, because I'm still very, very serious about sheltering in, and I'm not really doing anything with people. I'm going to do an event with Jill this weekend. We're going to be out in the open in a park, and we're going to do some yoga nidra. But I don't feel comfortable coming into the gym. Are you doing anything online or virtually or Zooming?
Yeah. So on the event page, it lists in the description that if you don't feel comfortable and you still want to attend a class or this workshop, then we are going to set up a Zoom. Sorry, there's a big sweeper going by. But
okay.
We're going to set up the Zoom video conferencing so that you get the link and you could do it from your own house. And then as far as virtual goes, I do have my digital products up on my Rep One shop.
Okay.
And so that link that you posted, there's a shop there with digital products. I have one just on Jinshin-Jyutsu. I have one that's a 6-module mini course that you do on your own. And then I have the big product where actually you work with me from a distance, but I take you through a whole course program on, creating these healthier habits and also just kind of helping you align with what it is you're trying to accomplish in your mission, your purpose, things like that.
Okay, I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, ladies, so much. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Robin. It's been fun today.
Yeah.
And it's been very
fun.
informative.
So next week we have our beautiful Lakeisha is going to be on the show. We haven't seen Lakeisha for a long time, so we're excited to see her back. So we'll have Lakeisha next Thursday, and she'll teach us more about how to take care of our skin, basically our face, our skin, and just feel.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we're having Beauty by LA.
Yes, Beauty by LA.
Lakeisha Appleton.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I look forward to that.
Yep. Okay, and we'll get you back, Caesar. We'll get you back sooner than 3 months because last time it was like March, I think.
It's okay. It's okay.
And we need more peace in our lives. So
that's really what we've been concentrating on for since we've been sheltered in, is helping people reduce their stress and helping people, as Jill would say, calm your chaos.
Yes. Yes,
cool. I love it. Yes, exactly what we need right now.
Yes,
well, thank you, everybody. And Caesar, stay on, okay? Because we're going to chat a little bit.
Sounds good.
With that, we just want to remind everybody that tomorrow is Friday. We will be talking tech in English over here at Biz Chicks. We have our Tech Diva Weekly, and we'll be catching up on what's going on in social media. And with all that's going on, we don't want to miss that, and how to handle social media for business in this current environment. So guys, tune in. and hopefully we won't go down any rabbit holes. But if we do, pull us out and ask us your questions. We'll stop and answer them on this journey to learning more about tech for business, tomorrow's program. All right, with that, I just want to remind everybody, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Bye-bye.